Hello everyone, it's us, the people of TV Day's Drama Digest here. Today, we pull back the curtain on the remarkable Kennedy Garcia, the young dynamo who portrays Felicity on Days of Our Lives. Buckle up, her latest revelation will lift your spirits, tug your heartstrings, and challenge every preconceived notion you've ever had about perseverance. The Instagram post that stopped us scrolling. If you're among Kennedy's 100+ thousand Instagram followers, you probably paused, thumb hovering, when a new photo appeared on your feed. There she was, standing poised in a sleek black cocktail dress that shimmered like midnight starlight. Hair swept into glossy waves, heels glinting beneath studio lights, she radiated the poise of a Hollywood veteran twice her age. Yet the caption was the real showstopper. 18 years ago today, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. This is my annual thank you to Monroe Carell Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt for taking such good care of me while I battled cancer. Nearly 10,000 children will be diagnosed with cancer by 2025. Did you know? Those two short sentences fuse celebration with sobering reality, proof that gratitude and advocacy can dance together in the same spotlight. Acute myeloid leukemia. Unmasked, let's talk frankly about AML, because Kennedy's post was never meant to be a humble brag in a pretty dress. Acute myeloid leukemia is an aggressive cancer that hijacks the bone marrow, the body's blood cell factory, and floods it with useless white blood cell precursors called myeloblasts. In healthy marrow, those immature cells mature, guard against infection, and then make way for the next generation. In AML, they simply multiply, crowding out oxygen-carrying red cells and platelets that prevent bleeding. Without rapid intervention, chemotherapy, targeted drugs, occasional stem cell transplants, AML steamrolls the patient's immune defenses. Although the disease skews toward adults over 50, roughly 700 children a year in the United States face this nightmare. Kennedy was one of them. She wasn't even old enough to pronounce the diagnosis when it landed. And yet here she is, 18 years later, alive, thriving, and using every ounce of visibility to warn and inspire the next generation. Down syndrome. Not a detour, a superpower. Longtime followers know Kennedy faced another challenge on day one of her life: Down syndrome. Too often society headlines that chromosomal variation as a limit, slower cognition, shorter stature, medical complications. Yet if you've seen Kennedy in motion, gliding across a dance floor endpoint, pivoting from jazz pirouettes to tap dance time steps, you already understand how meaningless those limits are when passion and determination collide. She is trained at studios that once eyed her with caution, then later begged her to guest teach workshops for younger dancers. Directors of Days unanimously praised her work ethic, noting she is always off book, always early, always the first to encourage another actor when they stumble. A life measured in surgeries and standing ovations. Surviving AML at 3 years old was just the first battle on Kennedy's medical playlist. She has undergone spinal stabilization surgery, foot reconstruction to allow proper dance alignment, and delicate ear operations to correct congenital hearing loss, all while maintaining a school schedule, mastering multiple dance genres, and auditioning for national commercials. Each procedure could have justified a break from training. Instead, she treated recovery rooms like rehearsal halls. Ankle flex exercises became plies in parallel, pulse oximeters a percussive metronome for her finger-tapping rhythms. Isn't that precisely the heart of Days? Characters who rise from hospital beds ready to tackle the next impossible mission? Kennedy simply does it unscripted. Stardom blossoms in Salem. Enter Days of Our Lives. Casting directors scoured talent pools for a performer who could channel both innocence and iron will into the role of Felicity, a teen confronting prejudice in Salem High's hallways. Kennedy nailed the chemistry read, improvising a line that made veteran actor James Reynolds choke up. Since her debut, social media dashboards have flooded with praise from viewers. My daughter with Down syndrome finally sees herself represented, and not as a charity case, but a multidimensional hero. Felicity's resilience gives me courage to start my own chemo tomorrow. Behind every applauding fan sits a writing team emboldened to craft fuller arcs for Felicity, courtroom testimonies, comedic selfies with Chanel at Sweet Bits, a slow-burn romance that refuses to treat disability as a cheap obstacle. The gratitude ritual. And why it matters. Every October 6th, the anniversary of her AML diagnosis, Kennedy posts a fresh thank you to Vanderbilt's Monroe Carell Jr. Children's Hospital. Some years it's a dance reel shot in their therapy gym, other times a candid snap with the very oncologist who first whispered remission. She doesn't do it for sponsorship clicks. She does it to remind followers that the glitter of success rests on the shoulders of surgeons, nurses, phlebotomists, and cleaning crews who turned sterile hallways into safe harbors. Data backs her call to action. By 2025, nearly 10,000 more children will hear the words, "You have cancer." Kennedy wants those kids to know they are statistics only on medical charts. In the chapters of their lives yet unwritten, they remain protagonists, capable of pirouettes, primetime roles, and Instagram captions that ripple outward like hope on tap. Beyond the selfie, philanthropy in motion this year. Kennedy's thank you went further. She launched the Felicity Fund, named after her day's character, to cover travel costs for families shuttling back and forth between rural towns and Vanderbilt's oncology wing. Within 48 hours, soap opera enthusiasts, dance studios, even a Nashville-based country star matched her initial pledge dollar for dollar. Watch this space. We hear the fund will begin issuing grants by summer. A beacon for the road ahead in a media landscape addicted to cynicism, Kennedy Garcia lights a different marquee: raw sincerity, disability pride, survivor grit. She does not sugarcoat the nights of nausea, the frustration of script rewrites, or the way strangers occasionally speak to her as if she were 5. Instead, she reframes each hardship as choreography, steps that might look complicated from the audience, but form a pattern when practiced with patience. "I'm not fearless," she told TV Day's Drama Digest in a quick backstage chat last month. "I'm just stubborn enough to do it scared." That sentence deserves engraving on every green room door and children's ward headboard from Los Angeles to Louisville. Join the movement. So what can we, the viewers, the social media scrollers, the water cooler recappers, do with Kennedy's story? Donate a dance step. Local studios can host Kennedy-inspired masterclasses, with proceeds funneled to pediatric cancer wards. Amplify facts. Share accurate AML resources. Misinformation kills as effectively as the disease. Cast inclusively. Producers, take note. Audiences crave authentic representation, and authentic talent like Kennedy's abounds when you widen the net. Practice radical gratitude. Tag your local hospital in posts that celebrate their victories. You'll boost morale more than you know. Curtain call. Kennedy Garcia's journey, diagnosis to remission, surgeries to center stage, reads almost too cinematic to be true. Yet it is true, unfolding parallel to the fictional sagas we binge each afternoon. Next time Felicity braves a Salem High bully or outwits a DiMera scheme, remember the actress channeled deeper battles long before the director called action. From all of us at TV Day's Drama Digest, we salute Kennedy for turning an 18-year milestone into a rallying cry. May her gratitude posts keep coming, may her dance she's never gathered dust, and may every child now entering treatment see in her a living, leaping promise. The story doesn't end with a diagnosis, it begins. Now let us hear from you. Drop a comment below. What part of Kennedy's Odyssey moved you most? Which of her initiatives will you champion? And as always, keep those screens tuned to Salem. Real and fictional miracles are brewing daily. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.